TTC into a red compound called formazan. The formula that we use for our product is TTC plus aqueous plus ethanol plus negative bacteria equals formazan. This simple scientific knowledge inspired us to create a compact and easy to use product that allows anyone to check food safety in just a few minutes. For our research methods, we first start off by identifying the issue that we want to research. 2. Collecting more information from trusted sources like the World Health Organization. And then we find a solution that can lessen the problem, we execute it, and then we test the solution to evaluate its effectiveness. Our product, a compact, small testing kit that could help people decide what material on their food safely and consume. To use it, we'll take a small sample of your food and put it on the paper that is coated with
The neighborhood. It converts food waste into nutrient-rich compost, reducing chemical fertilization use and improving soil fertility. This machine runs entirely on renewable solar energy, making it eco-friendly, energy efficient, and cost-effective. This machine is also connected to a smart app that can monitor the compost progress, energy usage, and also compost quality. How does the system work?
Each neighborhood has one shared solar cycle machine placed in a central location. Households separate their food waste daily, putting only suitable items like fruit peels, vegetable scraps, leftover rice, and etc. into their collection bins. Unsuitable waste like meats, bone, dairy, or oil food is avoided to minimize odor and to speed up composting process.
Internal sensors monitor temperature, moisture, and oxygen, while the slow tumbling motor mixes the
It's
waste.
because Indonesia is home to diverse species of algae that thrive in the diverse environment.
Our objectives at Spirasil are to reduce the amount of food that are spoiling and being thrown away, and to benefit from the large potential of algae in Indonesia, and to protect and add nutrients from the algae to the food. We use design thinking for our method. First, emphasize, analyzing the cause. Second, define, identify the cause of spoiling food. Third, ideate, create a solution to prevent spoiling food. Fourth, prototype, create a prototype algae-based edible coating. Lastly, test. Test the impacts of algae-based edible coatings for food.
In this experiment, we make two formulas. The first one consisted of cornstarch, aqueous, glycerol or honey to be exact, spirulina, this one, and acetic acid. The second formula, we use the same as before but with added agar to it. And the result of both formulas is that
the role of the AgriLink application prototype in facilitating the distribution of agricultural products based on digital technology. And finally, to assess the impact of the integration of local culture and technology on food security.
Methodology. We use the 5 stages of the waterfall method. The first, requirements, design, implementation, verification, and maintenance. The result, it works. AgriLink is an IoT-based app that connects hydroponic farmers and consumers in real time. AgriLink application features. The first, product marketplace, distribution tracking, farmer profile, farmer and consumer info, local wisdom, and greenhouse control. Farmer can adjust temperature, humidity, and light from their ponds thanks to sensor connected directly to the AgriLink system.
It is not only about tech, we also embed
Indonesia. First, gamification. It was written by Ezekiel Santos in 2025. Gamification helps turn abstract food waste policies into engaging, practical actions for individuals, making it easier to change behavior and support sustainability goals. And the next one, which was written in 2024 by Antara News, it turns out our food waste takes up about 40% of Indonesia's total waste. And finally, our product. Our solution is to create an online game that teaches kids how to reduce and reuse the leftovers and turning them into new dish. The game is divided by 3 levels. Level 1. Players start with common leftovers and turn them into new tasty recipes. Level 2. Players experiment with transforming the fresh produce into long-lasting, nutritious staples. And level 3. They unlock new countries and cuisines by making the food from the countries. And this is the visual of our game that we...
CitrusSense is a biodegradable plastic made out of orange peels and sweet potato. Other than that, it can also sense when food gets rotten.
We started by experimenting with natural ingredients that we can find around our houses. And after long hours of research and development and lots of trials, we were able to reach our 2 main ingredients. First one being dried orange peels that we use to extract pectin to create the base of the bioplastic, and sweet potato extract that we use to make an extract to dye and identify the pH levels in the bioplastic.
Together, we mix these ingredients through a process of heating, boiling, and mixing. We did this by extracting pectin from orange peels using a cheesecloth, and after that, we used this purple sweet potato peels to extract a natural essence, and we also mixed our extracted pectin with our starch and glycerol, with all natural ingredients.
So instead of guessing how fresh is your food, you can check right from the plastic whether if it changes colors, it means it is turning less fresh, and if it doesn't change color, it means it's still very rich.
And extend food freshness in a simple, eco-friendly way. This innovation offers 2 main benefits. 1, it biodegrades faster than conventional plastic, helping reduce waste, and 2, it naturally extends food shelf life, providing a sustainable alternative for future use.
Alright, let's talk about the things we need to get started. First are the tools. As you can see here, we'll need a digital scale, a beaker, a measuring cup, a spatula, and a pot to help us mix and measure the ingredients. Then there's the mold, which gives our plastic its final shape, and also the baking paper, which keeps things from sticking.
Now onto the ingredients. Our main base is tapioca flour, which is biodegradable and plant-based. Then we add glycerol to make the plastic flexible, and then we add hot water to help mix and dissolve everything smoothly. Then we add conifer leaf extract or simplicia as natural antioxidant. Then we add vinegar as a role of the chemical reaction, helping the mixture gel properly. And finally, we add chitosan, a powerful natural polymer from shrimp shells, which boosts durability.
After we know the tools and the ingredients, now let's make the plastic. First, prepare all the tools and the ingredients that we've mentioned before. Second, mix the tapioca flour.
That numbers make it clear that we need solutions that can work fast. So, keeping MBG meals fresh and safe isn't just important, but it's urgent.
And that's why we decided to work from 2 sides, from the producer side and from the consumer side. We wanted to find ways to preserve food naturally while also giving people simple tools to check if their food is okay to eat.
From the producer side, we tested 3 different natural preservation methods. One using aloe vera, one using herbal leaves, and one with no additives at all as a control. We compared how long each stayed fresh based on their smell, texture, and pH changes over time.
And from the consumer side, we created an MBG kit, a small, simple, and eco-friendly toolset to check meals safely. It includes a litmus paper for pH testing and a homemade temperature detector that is made from red cabbage extract.
For the red cabbage extract, we chopped and boiled the cabbage in water until it released a purple pigment. That pigment, called anthocyanin, changes color depending on the temperature and acidity, so it makes it perfect as a natural indicator.
We also tested several pH indicators like turmeric, hibiscus,
grind the dried mixtures into flour and sieve. And for making moringa leaf liquid, first put the moringa leaf on a cup and add a cup of water into a blender with a ratio 2:1 and blend until it crushes. Pour this moringa mixture into a strainer over a bowl, press the pulp to separate the green liquid, and take the unstrained moringa liquid and put it back into the blender. And add the remaining water to blend again. And for making noodle, mix the millet flour, breadfruit flour, and wet flour until evenly blended. Blend the moringa liquid leaf, beat the eggs, prepare the salad and water, add the wet ingredients to the flour mixtures, knead gently until the dough is elastic, roll out the dough thinly, then cut with the noodle grinder. And lastly, boil briefly or dry according to serving requirements.
We conducted several tests such as organoleptic, amylose, protein, and fat tests. First, in the organoleptic test, we recorded 28 respondents. The purpose of this test was to take samples of the noodles we provided and compare trial 1 and trial 2, which had different measurements. We asked each respondent to fill out a prepared questionnaire, which included questions measuring aroma, texture, color, and taste. Based on the organoleptic test results provided,
holds water and forms a thin cooling film, helping delay food spoilage. Tapioca starch made from cassava improves gel stability and moisture retention. Together, they create a biodegradable hydrogel for low-cost, energy-free cooling. Let's move to the methodology. We extracted aloe vera gel and tapioca starch, then mixed them to form a semi-solid biogel. The gel was applied inside a container lid and made of water was added to activate cooling. We tested it using apple slices and cherry tomatoes in 2 containers, one with biogel and one without. Finally, we compared the result to see how well the biogel cooling lid could slow down food spoilage without using any electricity.
Next, we're going to discuss its results, data analysis, and conclusion. So our experiment compared the freshness of fruit stored with and without the biogel cooling lid. As shown in the graph, the biogel sample maintained a freshness level of over 60% even after 12 hours, while the control sample dropped below 30%. We can see that the biogel successfully slowed down spoilage by keeping the environment